Hello, everyone.
Welcome
And
to Extended Bidding.
that's right. Yeah, it's exciting. This is kind of taking me back to when we used to do the voice chat for like golden auctions during like the pandemic. Everybody had extra time where everybody could kind of just spend some time together and not really focus on everything else in life. We were just looking at soccer cards. Kind of fun to give this a go, and maybe we do this, every so often when these auctions are going on.
Yeah.
I was just kind of scrolling through to see how things are looking, and I noticed that even from Thursday when you and I were doing something on the premium show, that it felt like there was a decent amount of things really have kicked up in price. I'm kind of scrolling through to see what I just want to throw marker bids on so that I can just go to my bids section to see, so it's easier to just kind of find what I want to bid on. And it just seems like a lot of things have gone up quite a bit. Yeah, have you been keeping an eye or anything?
Yeah,
Or
I was just logging in to check and just to see kind of where my marker bids are standing. Um, I put a lot of bids out there, but most of them I'm just leaving and letting see what happens. And then there's just a few items that I'm kind of chasing. Well, let's see. I won't chase them to the moon. I don't feel like there's anything in here that I absolutely have to have, but there's a lot of really good stuff, right? So
totally.
So we got the champ on.
Yep,
The
he
champ.
posted. So if any of you came to this link from Instagram, we do have a vintage soccer Discord, which is where a lot of collectors join. So if you are new here, welcome. Thanks for joining us. And there should be a link in the description, maybe. I'll have to look into that for the Discord. And if not, go to Instagram and there's a link tree and you can go through there and get an invite into the Discord. But we have 1,100 collectors or something from across the world. And, people are specialized in a bunch of different, time frames, countries, particular players. Yes, Champ says, welcome to all the geeks abroad. It's just a bunch of nerds that collect soccer. So hope you guys, if you're not members, will consider joining us.
So how are you?
I guess
How are you? Have you looked at when you said you were checking things out? Were you looking at things from like from the highest bid, or were you going earliest year? Like how are you going about kind of your business of checking things?
so. For personally, I go earliest year
Earliest?
because I just know that that's what like my collecting is usually the earlier years. But I have like different tabs set up for us to look at based on it being sorted by price, by date, and then also I have one that's just going to have like the auctions that have ended. So like as things get going, we can
Right.
go to that tab and kind of see what's ended, and we can kind of talk about the prices that have been realized. I guess what I'll do is I'll just pop on this the sorting by price. So we're looking at the top cards for now. Yeah, Seb just mentioned the Eduardo P. Nasasi is doing well. I actually just threw a bid on that like right before we went live. Um, it's that's definitely one that to keep an eye on. But as expected, we're going to see the Alifa Pele's up there. There was a couple of comments in the Discord about this where we're seeing the authentic altered or actually being graded higher than or going for much more than the PSA 1, which was interesting.
Yeah, and I think it's just kind of the eye appeal. I think on the low grades, I think also I checked earlier in the day the Maradona 77 disc, and I think that just people, depending on what their preferences are, like the 1.5 was more than the 2. Oh, there you go, right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. So, and in from an eye appeal perspective, you decide which ones you like in the low grades, and you're willing to pay a little bit more to get the copy that you like, and that all makes sense to me. Even if in a strict grade perspective, it's a surprise. I don't think it's a super surprise to me. Is it to you?
That the authentic altered is higher. It's a
Yeah, just
surprise to me.
just in general, like you would definitely think that the author, the altered one wouldn't be higher, but I think in cases where you have good eye appeal and other low grade stuff, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, no, I mean, to each their own, right? Like, I mean, I'm not necessarily being critical of the price of the altered. I'm just surprised that relative to the one, it's 50% higher.
Yeah, yeah,
That's kind of maybe where my
and we're not
surprise
we're
is a
not
little bit.
ended, right? Yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, we are into the extra innings, or at least the ninth inning right now, and
yeah.
so it is interesting, and like no skin in the game either way. So just so you guys all know, I have not listed anything for sale in this auction. So anything I say is just purely opinion and not motivated by any sort of anything
Ulterior
affecting my
motive.
bottom line. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's that's interesting. And then we have the aquarellas that we were kind of talking about on Thursday a little bit, and um, we have the 5 at 11.5, and then there's a I know there was a 4 in here somewhere. Did I pass it?
Mm,
I thought there was a 4 in this.
yeah, no, there is. I don't know why there was for sure. I don't know what happened to it.
Okay, well, I definitely didn't pass it yet.
But
So,
that 5 is really high. Um,
yep, that's at 11.5. So, what, about 13,
that's so
14,000?
weird. I could have sworn there was.
Yeah, maybe they got it pulled or something
Yeah, maybe.
because they didn't want it to be going up against a 5, maybe.
I don't know. That feels weird to me.
Yeah, that's weird because we were mentioning how it was a decent amount lower than the 5. It was kind of like this altered versus the 1 a little bit. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I guess
The Orth
I
is
guess it got
doing well.
pulled. Yeah.
Yeah, it must have gotten pulled.
Uh, let's see here. So it looks like we have a decent. Somebody did or we're calculating like how many cards had gone for 1,000.
Yeah, there was already like 20 plus cards, I think, at 1,000.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think there was like when I did a search just from 1979. So typically, if you guys are new here, like usually like what we consider vintage is like 1979 and earlier, and then pre-modern 1980 moving forward. But with this auction, we totally understand them wanting to go to 2002 just because, it's just pre CR7, and so, but of the like 330 items from 2002 and earlier, 270 of them are 1979 and earlier. So, like, it's a lot of truly vintage soccer in this compared to pre-modern.
Totally.
So anything? Just want me to scroll through a few pages so we can kind of see if there's anything that
Yeah,
catches
yeah,
our eye.
yeah. See where stuff is, yeah, hitting. I mean, nothing. I mean, the right there, that Aquarella seems high to me. I don't remember the last PSA 5 where that sold, but I feel like was around 10 grand. This is already 15 grand. I guess I can check here on the fly, but
Yeah.
that's a bit of a surprise to me at the high end. The Cruyff now here is what's that?
6,500. So that's 7,800.
Yeah, close to 8 grand. It's a good looking 6. Little like cut,
Top to
off
bottom.
center, top bottom. But still nice, a nice 6. And that Maradona Campione at a 5. At one point, the 5 was the highest grade. I think there's a couple higher.
Yeah, it says 4 higher now.
But still, it's just a really hard one to get in a grade like that. It's still got to be a top 10 Campiones.
Oh, for sure. It says top 1 of 2, 4 higher. So it's a top 6 of that set.
So that's a great card too, right? I mean, it's not the rookie, it's the second year, but it's still a pretty elusive card, and anything above a 2.
Here's our JM Moreno. It's popped up because I looked at it a couple, like 10 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago. It was at 3,200 or something like that. Now it's at 44. So that's making a move.
Yeah, that card, even though it's not, I think the pop is less than 20. We checked on our Thursday show. It's still, to me, it's still an elite pre-war card. For my taste. So, and most of those are going to be PSA 2 or below. Right.
Seb says the new Valari is at around 500. Noah collects soccer, bidding on a dream card. This auction is epic. Right. Can't wait to see where things land.
Yeah, this is
good luck. Hope you get it. Speaking of pretty great cards, the next 2 next to the JM Moreno are pretty monstrous. So
that Garincha, I think the last Garincha was it like 6,000 or 7,000. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
And this one, this was hard because as Champ mentioned, there was that he's got a splotch on his cheek that doesn't show in other cards. Could just be over printing. You're the printing guy, right? But right now that would be at a significant discount. I don't know if it's because of this, like he got a shiner on his cheek or what. Hey Matias, so you see that's just not a common thing there. I don't know how you can explain if this is holding the grade down. The back looks pretty good. So
yeah, it feels like it's got to be a transfer. Like maybe it was face on face with another sticker. And you know what I mean, or something like that. Like that's the only thing I can think of, because there's nothing on the backs of these for red to transfer from, or there was just somebody laid something down on the sheet as it was being printed, or it was still wet and something transferred. But yeah, hard to say exactly what happened. But aside from that, it's
a great looking. I mean, it's clean. The color's bright. These have varying degrees of color. So, yeah. And then the SGC Zidane there. I mean, it's hard. It's an SGC 8. If it was a PSA 8, this would at least be double where it is. Obviously, we haven't ended yet, so we don't know where it's going. But it's definitely kind of underperforming a PSA, which would be expected in this, what we've seen over the last few years.
All right, we have the Copa Boleche at 2,300. We had mentioned the discs. That's going to be probably the earliest Copa that we see. That we can truly date, right? And it says 1950, but we believe it's closer to 1952.
And can we truly date this one either? I mean,
it's more 52, 53, right? Like, I mean, because it's all the Olympic teams basically, so it makes sense that it would be probably 52, 53. But yeah, we can't really date this either. So good point.
Yeah, but still awesome set, awesome player. Hard to find just in general. So
Jared's asking if there's any idea what's up with that winter stamp A on the Orsi, or what's up with the winter stamp A Orsi? Is it paper loss on the front?
yeah, so that I owned that card before. It's paper loss all through, kind of unfortunately part of his face, but it's just a very rare it's a very rare dollar card with this nice little artistic border around it. But that I've only seen a few of those in my day, so it's still an amazing early Orsi card. And I date that one as 28. There's
Yep.
also a similar Ochoa card in there. What do you think of the Kubala?
Yeah, I mean, like we kind of talked about this on Thursday a bit. Like it's not an easy get, and I mean the fact that it's just been cut short,
They're hand
like
cut anyway.
yeah, I'm not too worried. Like especially with hand cut cards, I'm not nearly as worried if something's cut short.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't get a number grade. I'm okay with that. Like I feel much better about that, like being an authentic, than I do, like at least in my collecting way, than the Alifa altered, right? Like
Right.
so like I don't even know if the Alifa altered is trimmed. I don't know, but was it altered differently? I'm not sure. I haven't really looked at it closely.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell for me.
But yeah, I mean with a hand cut card, I'm much less critical about the size of an item.
Yeah, and that to me seems like a pretty low price, but I mean, a lot of people when they see authentic or altered, they get very scared, so they
Yeah,
don't want to touch
don't
it.
even consider it. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, if you watch my videos, I have a significant amount of cards that I've cracked out of SGC that are called authentic that ultimately get PSA grades. Huge asterisk here. I don't think this would be one of them.
Correct. Yeah, but it don't treat grading as gospel. But
exactly.
Don't just willy nilly go out and buy stuff and assume you're gonna be able to cross it over.
You won't, and you'll be disappointed if you try to. But
yeah, Palky says that the strong price on the Copa versus comps.
Yeah. I would. I mean, it's a rare card, so all it takes is a couple people. There's a lot of eyeballs on this auction, so
yeah.
My tacit bet is that the rare stuff does better in this because it only takes two, and most people who are interested in vintage soccer are probably looking at this auction tonight.
Yeah, for sure. That Sastre is interesting to me. It's an early Sastre, but it's not a big name that new entrants into vintage soccer are really going to be aware of. But high grade Roberto Carlos, PSA 9.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's been a surprising amount of those selling through the years. I want to say that somewhere in the 1 to 2,000 range. So I'm just shocked that there's so many of those out there.
Yeah, that are high grades.
Yeah. Because back in the day, I mean, to get anything like more north of a 6, that was kind of a big deal. I'm going to check some of my bids here.
Yeah, we're down to 10 minutes, everyone. So get your check them out. We might have to pause for a second.
Yeah, it's
here when we talked about this USA card, it was I think around 300 on Thursday, so it's doubled up. So we were kind of guessing around 1,000 for that, weren't we?
I was thinking north of that. I was thinking more closer to 1,500. But let's see. That's why you put things in auction, right? You don't know what they're going to do, and ultimately, you're going to win some and you're going to lose some, I guess.
Yeah. So staining across, paper loss here, paper loss across the forehead. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet card.
I
And now,
I, I want to guess because I also had a Monty of this, and just so you know, from a market perspective, I sold these kind of for about $1,000, and that was a while ago. I'd say Orsi and Monty are probably more desired now than when I sold those. So
yeah.
if I was a person that bought this right now, I'd be quite disappointed. It's pretty rare. It's pretty poor. Yes, the pre-Mo podcasts from
So
Champ.
anybody
Matt,
that
shout out to the Champ.
anybody
Shout
that's
out.
into the 80s, 90s, 2000s card stickers, check out the Primo podcast with Champ and Mediocre Cards. They have 3 episodes out right now. And, you know, be sure you could probably look them up on, definitely look them up on YouTube, but then also probably look them up on Instagram and be able to get links from their accounts there.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's good to have somebody covering pre-modern stuff. They did one on I mean, they've talked of course, with Champ, you gotta always talk about R9, Ronaldinho, but they also did one with Scholes here. And number 2, haven't watched number 3 yet, but they've done a great job. So want to consider, I want them to keep going, keep putting in the time. I know it's a lot of time and effort, but good for you guys. And we'll see you guys at SoCo, which also, if you guys are collecting soccer stuff, a bunch of people from the Discord will be at the SoCo Expo at the National. It's in the evenings of the National, so it doesn't take away from your national time. And we'll have 3 days worth of shows, and you'll have a lot of people who are on here. There, Champ, me, Bill, Scott, Adam, Champ, Matt. Just lots of people out there in Chicago. So that should be fun, and that's in the end of July.
Yes, so looking forward to that for sure. It's almost just more of like a it used to always be the national for us soccer collectors was you just go to kind of run into people that you knew from online, but now that they have the SoCo, which is like just an all soccer card show, which is just phenomenal. It's just so cool to feel the energy and the buzz at that show. Just with all of us like-minded collectors, it's pretty cool. People from all around the world were there last year, and I expect probably more this year.
Yeah, I think there are a number of international people that have confirmed. So that's also really exciting stuff. Yeah, man, we're like 5 minutes away from the second extended bidding, which is always just super fun. It all seems manageable until it's not. If you're bidding on a lot of cards.
Oh my god, yeah! Like I'm just scrolling right now,
and it's just like there's so many great cards out there, which is absolutely fantastic. And I hope people pick up a lot of really exciting things for their collection, because you could, in this auction, you could just put together a great collection, no matter what you were looking for. Brazilian, greats, pre-modern, pre-war. I wonder how that Billy Bassett Circle Girl's doing.
Last I saw was 380.
Yeah, maybe you can go from the more expensive view to the earliest year and kind of see how some of that pre-war stuff is doing.
Yeah, so here we go. I'm just going to refresh this. So we have so here's this Circus Girl. It's like the earliest basically set that's at least a good chunk soccer players. So there are issues earlier than this, but I would say this is the first like really collected set of that includes soccer players. Let's see here. This is a big grade, an 8 Meredith.
How's that Zamora doing? 230 on the. I always like that one.
Yeah, the Orthe. That's a great looking card. Here's a 8.5 Meredith.
Some high grades.
Yeah. Nice high grade Alcantara. Those are usually just destroyed this set. So
yeah, I mean, a 6 is insane. Most of those are going to be 1s and 2s. There's the Nasasi there. We talked about the panel card last time. So now this is what, 1,500. I think that's starting to be kind of, in the region of where the U.S. card though. Pretty. Oh no!
Now it's up to 1,300.
Yeah, I was like, oh, if it's still, 300, I'm placing some bids here.
Yep. So we're at 1560. So
kind of the neighborhood that I expected this one to go.
Yeah. Balancieri around 1,000. Ochoa, Chato.
So there's the Ochoa that I mentioned earlier. It says altered. I'm still trying to figure out why that's altered.
Yeah. I mean, maybe there was some erased something. That's the only thing I can think of. But I don't know.
Lots of German stuff. Yeah, from the 1920s, which none of it is flying except for maybe the that Schaefer.
Yeah.
And what else was there? I think the Schaefer was
this Hoffman, Casanova Hoffman.
Yeah, there's also, I know we haven't gotten there yet, but the Orth is going strong. But then we also had the Fritz Walter, but that's obviously in the next decade.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to keep up with your scrolling, man. My eyes are.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see something that's notable. Like that's.
Yeah. No. All good. All good.
Ferreira's up to 1,000. So we just hit the 1030 mark. So we're into extra time.
Well, and the good thing is it's not. It looks like it's not hanging.
Yeah. Jared's asking any thoughts on that 67 Pele with the Brazil flag in it. High grade, maybe hard to beat in the future.
That one's not ringing a bell for me, but
yeah, we can get there. Yep. Here's Fritz Walter at 1,900.
A little less than 2,400. That would be kind of underwhelming, but again, the back of that one was not great.
Let me shoot up to the 67 and see what. Oh, the Saravan?
Oh, yes. Okay, it's the Saravan. Yeah. That's not it's uncommon in this grade, but it's not the most uncommon sticker. So I would definitely, I mean, I wouldn't, it's not one, unless you're like chasing all the high grades, it's not one that I would super stretch for, because you'll be able to find 1s and 2s, for a lot less money. So, yeah, that's kind of my thought on those. What's your thought?
Yeah, that's not really my wheelhouse, but like I feel like I see those enough that that it doesn't really draw my attention there. But like you say, the grade, it says not population 1 of 1 with none graded higher. So
almost most of them that I see are previously stuck, right?
Yeah.
So
dang it, I feel like I need to stop talking and looking at
play some bids.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get back to the main. I gotta set up that. Oh, I have to set up the page to start showing the ended auctions. And I.
Because I bet there's actually a number of things that closed, right?
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
It's just so hard to look at everything. and do that. So
let's see, how do I do this? Latest sale. Yeah,
how are you?
It's hard to do it during the auction, I guess. Like,
yeah, that makes sense. But
so I guess I'm just gonna stick with the highest, and then we'll see what's ended. So like we see that
I guess after so the U.S. team now Seb's saying is at 1,400, so that puts it at whatever
close to 1,700. Yeah,
1,700. We've got
like it looks like this Aquarela ended at 14 with the buyer's premium. We are at 20 for the Olifa. We have that altered at 11,000.
And that's still going, right?
It is still
the
going.
Other two are done.
The one ended at 7,200,
and the Cruyff ended at 7,800.
Yeah.
Interesting that some of the bigger cards are kind of done already.
I wonder if it's just because those are the sorts of things that people know have set prices on, and they already kind of know.
And then, it just got beyond.
Yeah. And then they're like, all right, this is my bid, and that's all I'm sticking with. Where this other stuff, there's not a lot of like comps and stuff like that.
Yeah, true. Did the Zidane close or the Maradona Campeón?
Zidane is into the next window.
Okay, so the bid needed to extend on the Campeón, so that one may close. And the okay, so the Garincha is now up to 4,400. So it's still a discount, not a tremendous discount, but still a discount.
The Crack Pele 2000 for a 3. That's a good price.
For a 3.
We have the 1.5 at
2,500.
Yeah. All right, we're into the next 5 minutes. So let's reload and see what we're doing.
The Jam Moreno, did that close at 7,200?
It looks like it's still going.
Wow, which is actually 8,700.
Yep. So we still have the altered Pele. We have the Moreno going. The Garincha.
The Copa flying.
Yep, Copa. The Zidane still going. The 1.5 ended at 2,600. We still have the 2 out there. 2,400 for that 3 Crack Pele that ended. This was one we were talking about, this 59 Pele with the stamp on it. That's at 2,000.
Which after the juice now is 2,500, right?
Yep, 2,400. Yep. The USA is still going. We're at 2,000 now with the BP. We're at the Nasazis at 1,400 before BP.
So 16, yeah. Oh, look. So did the Kubala close?
Nope, still going.
Yeah. I thought that was probably going to be too low on that one.
Sastre is 1,100. There's still a lot plugging along.
Yeah. Well, it's fun, right? It's fun.
Oh yeah.
So how did the Trilco do? Is that done?
Okay. It's at 925, still going.
1,000. Balancieri 1,200. Danny Alves.
Yeah, Alves is at 875. Palarex 1 for just under 1,000. This is fast and furious, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and you know what? I think the thing is a lot of these things are like somebody was mentioning. I mean, how many lots? If you go back up to 800, which is 825, that cutoff, that's a tremendous amount of eight. So 825 would be basically $1,000. So how many do we have in the thousand? Which I think somebody
31.
31. That's
Yeah.
and they're the only dupe are the Alifa and the Maradona. So like 28 different soccer cards for more than 1,000.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome. The seller is in our Discord, so
Yes.
that's really cool.
Thank God. No, that's huge. And I don't what was the end price on that? Last time I checked, it was
I think 2,100.
yeah. Okay, great. Good for you. I'm that's what collecting's about.
Yep, here we go. 2,100. Yep.
Getting things that you want. That's a big card. I know that Nils, is probably with a heavy heart that he lets that card go. So the Team USA now, Eduardo P is 2,200.
Oh man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Please
So
hold. I have to place a bid on something.
hey, where's the okay? So the Eusebio 5, that seems low to me. Let me see. Maybe I take a run at this.
That may not be what it's at now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, 1,400. Yeah. I
Nope,
mean,
it still is. Yep.
well, just refresh your screen. You'll see that just changed. You don't need to wonder where that is coming from.
Funny, I just bid 1,400 on something too.
Yeah. So yeah, that seems relatively.
I thought I did.
Low. I think it's that's just such a classic card. The yellow and hey, look at that. Nasasi is also amazing. That one just changed. You're winning. Huh. Yeah, I wonder how did that. Hey, I think that's a great fucking card. I hope you get that, Bill.
Yeah, we'll see if I do.
Where's the Nanina? Again, it was right. I think that was right next to your.
Oh, 13. Kubala. So 13. Yeah, 1,375 plus BP. So what we're at about 1,700, or no, 1,600. Yeah. Oh, somebody just dinged me.
So yeah, yeah. So hey, that's an awesome Noah. That's fantastic. Yeah, the Jan Moreno's, a little shocking to me. Right now, I think that may be the biggest upside surprise of the auction to me. What would you think?
Yeah, I think it is, but just based on what we've seen, like a few of the others go for. But I feel like it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean?
It doesn't create me any heartburn for sure. But yeah, it's kind of I guess maybe the authentic altered pale rate. Like this one now is getting to the point where it just feels wrong to me.
I feel like somebody is confident that they can cross it over. Like or regrade it or something. You know what I mean?
Such a massive risk.
Yeah, I agree. But I feel like there has to be multiple people that are confident about that. That is at least my read on it, but who the hell knows?
Yeah, I just oh no, I see here. This is why I shouldn't be doing these things at this time. So I was bidding on the Ernst Wilimowski, and I thought that I had won it, but I guess I lost it. It was a PSA 5, and I just refreshed and I lost it. It sold for $450.
Oh wow.
So that was
US card 3,100.
Whoa, okay, that's well above.
So now I feel like that's higher than the I feel like that's higher than I expected relative to the Moreno.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, like we said the other day, there's a lot of interest in the US stuff. Just a lot of people following it.
Yep.
It looks like the Balancieri finished at 1,000.
The Zidane ended up going for 4,000
in a SGC 8. So I feel like that's probably a risk adjusted, good place for it to end.
Sastre is still the same. The Trilco 1,000. The other Trilco 875. Orsi 675. Okay, now this is just showing the ones that are still available, which is good.
Oh, that's good. That's fun.
Circus
And then
Grill.
we can do a little bit of a deeper dive here.
Yeah, once it ends.
When it kind of ends, and which it'll end in 20 minutes, really.
Yeah, for sure.
It's one of the great things about kind of this format.
The Zamora is at 280. That feels like, I mean, I get it's in the big holder and everything, but it looks like almost all of them ended. We only have 2 pages, so there's less than 100 available. So still at auction.
Yeah, place your bids, folks. I'm pretty bummed of the on that Willimowski. I guess whenever you're bummed, I realize you should have bid more. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all kind of on you, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, we've been kind of busy bullshitting, so
yeah, I know. It's hard to keep your screen going, and now I'm just noticing a lot of stuff that I just missed.
Our pleasure, Henry. Thanks for joining us and hanging out with us, because this is just fun, and we used to do this every auction back in the day, like during the pandemic, so it's kind of a blast of the past. It used to be just in our voice chat in the Discord, so this is the first time we've really done this live, like on YouTube. But I enjoy doing this, so maybe some of the members of the Discord can join next time and kind of talk with us. Then we can, at least you and I can look down and bid on things.
Yeah, hand it over, passing it over, passing it over. Yeah. So look, there's just a lot of. And I actually am really liking the way that this all kind of shook out in terms of like the material that was out there, how much from different years. There wasn't 17 copies of everything. It was all pretty well kind of curated, balanced, different eras. I see I'm just going through the Iniesta PSA 10. One for mid 400s. One thing we hadn't discussed is the Platini.
It's 2400.
Yeah, 2400. So it's nice to see him right next to the Copa.
Up 2500.
2500, right there. And the Copa, 20, I got 2,900. We got 3,000. We need 3,000. Yeah, give me 3,000 on the Copa. Somebody, please, here on the phone. On the Discord chat here. Yeah, so it's wow. So now there's some big kind of ones going on there.
Yeah, this is fun to see where things are going, I mean, we're at 2,400 on that Pele now, because we were talking about how we had no idea where that was going to end up, but you can see the ones that people are really wanting to battle for, these are the ones that are still rolling along. And
yeah,
I kind of I kind of felt like the Zico was going to be more. I don't know.
Did that one end?
Nope, not yet. It's at 1275.
Yeah, I think I mean it's a great sticker, but I think the ones the fact that PSA doesn't grade it, I think like a lot of stickers that PSA doesn't grade, I think it just holds them back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I neither here nor there. It's from a legit album, right?
But yeah, totally.
I just don't think that some people are fully comfortable, just like they're not fully comfortable with Authentics.
Yeah, we all have our things, and I think people doubt the legitimacy of things when they're not, when a PSA doesn't grade it, and that doesn't necessarily mean anything. It just means that they don't have all the information they want, or they don't. There's some specific reason they're not grading it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's not a legit issue.
Yeah, it's just they don't have enough information. I mean, I've sent in many things through the years that didn't get graded, got sent back to me, sent them back in, didn't get graded. The third time they got graded, right? So there's always a little bit of that going on. I think the problem with that one is the fact that the album doesn't have an editor. So it's kind of like a pirate album. And so will they ever grade it? I don't think so based on their current methodology, but still, it's still a nice item. It's an early, card. The J Moreno now is basically 10 grand. I mean, no, see, basically 10 grand, a few $100 short of 10 grand. That'll be the new one, the new entrant to the 10 grand. I hope it gets one more bid just so it gets all the way up there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and 3,000 for a Platini. I know it's an 8, which is a super high grade. There's probably less than 10 kind of at 8s, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's 1 of 9, 6 graded higher. So
you're talking top 15. I bet there's a couple hundred of those rated, maybe 150. So top 10%, 3 grand. Yeah. And then, look at that. We got the bid on that we were asking for on the Copa.
Oh, good. Did you do it?
No, I didn't. that was not me.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah. It's fun stuff to kind of see what's going on out there. So those did where's that 62 Campos Pele 800? That must be a really high grade. Yep. And look at that, Ochoa. Wow, the sudden interest in Ochoa.
Yeah.
$1,000. That's I mean, I had to pay for the monochrome one a while ago, but $1,000. How did the Orsi? Is that done?
It's still going.
So yeah,
and it's been extended to the next window. So we're
did that Leonidas trade at 575?
Yeah, it says, what does that say? Evidence of trimming. Yeah.
Evidence of trimming, but those I'm not sure. I just think a lot of them are sucky factory cuts. And is it done or no? Oh no, item extended in this window. Yeah, because I think if you're looking for a Leonidas, a 47 Americana, you can do worse than that for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. $575. I mean, no investment advice, but that certainly would look good as a foundation element in a collection. Hey, just checking out some other kind of pre-modern stuff. I noticed I had put a marker bid on this, didn't win it, but there's a KDB rookie headshot. Very hard to find headshots. PSA 9 sold for $810. I think that's a really good deal out there. Congrats to the winner. I'm looking at some pre-modern, and that's awesome. Great talent of the 2010s. I think there's only like less than 30 of those rated. So, our 20s. So we don't give investment advice here, Chris. But if you like art, the 1920s Spanish cards are absolutely beautiful. Really fun checklist. One of the best pre-war keepers with Zamora. You have Barcelona greats like Samatier, Alcantara. You just got some of the early greats of the game, and the art factor on those cards is like off the charts. Now they are relatively easy to get. Some of them are oversized, so they end up in a large PSA holder. But I think those are really good entry points to pre-war because you actually can enjoy the beauty of those cards, and that gets you into something else.
Yep, I agree. I mean, I am overly biased. Spanish cards are my favorite, and they're still reasonably priced, and so those are like I'm happy spending what I spend on those. Based on who I can get and how beautiful the issues are. And I mean, they are reasonably available, some, but there's a lot of them. And I think that's what's overwhelming to collectors is there's just a ton of different small issues. And so like, if you want to get one card or sticker of a particular player, it's very easy to do. Now, when in a decade from now, are people going to be really wanting, I want this issue of that player? Perhaps. And that's something that, maybe you're going to have to, kind of dig in and see what you think might be the set, or that people want. But I feel like I'm happy paying what the prices are right now for Spanish issues.
Yeah.
So.
Now that PSA 7, go back to that Mueller. This is a super low price. And I think the problem is on the back. If you look at the back, it looks like it was removed, but it's a PSA 7. So for a PSA 7, this is like multiple thousands of dollars. So I've been fascinated to see where this one's going to end. Right now, the market's telling you I don't fully believe the 7 for sure. If you look at that.
I don't necessarily know that it looks removed, but it definitely has like, like toning.
Yeah. And maybe it's the scan on the top. You see that white?
Yeah, I feel like that's just the plastic, that it's just the reflection off of the sleeve that it's in. Because it's down here at the bottom, and it's
yeah. So maybe it is a solid stuff. When I looked at the scan, I'm like, not sure.
I mean, that's my read, but I don't necessarily know I'm correct. But if I were betting, I would bet that that's the plastic.
Okay, yeah. Well, that would make. So if that's the case, and you're in the market for a Mueller rookie, that's a fantastic deal. If you check the comps,
let's see here. Oh, were you talking about that Baresi? That
yeah, there was a. Oh yeah, that's a pretty. I think that's a low price.
Yeah,
super hard sticker, really hard sticker.
Yeah, I had that open just because I wanted to see where it ended.
Yeah, I think that's
It looks like the 2-disc Maradona went for 2,400, and the 1.5 ended up going for 2,600. So, I guess that's kind of where we're at on those at the moment.
Yeah, and to have two of them go at the same, that's.
Yeah. What do we have? How much time we have left? It's got to be less than a minute, right?
Well, yeah, we got less than a minute on this one. So
Moreno doesn't have a bid to go into the next one. We're at 21.5 on the Alifa altered.
That one's gonna end here, and so
22 minutes.
Team USA.
22 seconds.
Team USA is still going or not going?
It's still going. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, there's still a bunch going. We're at 2,300 on the Nasazi.
Yeah, it looked like somebody was saying in the Discord. I can't see. That Jared saying that the Pele 59 is actually a 61.
Oh, this one here.
That's what he said. I didn't see that discourse. Look at the Copa $4,000 plus. Yeah, and I think
this is the last 5 minutes, and then we're in 1 minute.
Yeah, I think the Champ has a good point. You should put on the screen there. Yeah, because these are all notoriously things that have been doctored, and it's just frustrating to have the Beckenbauers, the Muellers, and the Platinis. I think it's definitely not unless you're going low grade, not for the faint of heart. You need to be kind of an expert collector, but those outside of the Mueller, the ones that I saw that I looked at in this auction, I thought were all solid. So, but it is things. So yes, I know that's Copa. Love to see it. I can't wait to see Alex review of this auction in the next couple of days. It's got to be insane with all these really high stuff that a lot of this stuff you don't even see, certainly not frequently.
Sastre slowly building up. The Ferreira slowly building up.
Oh, where was the Ferreira? I hadn't seen that one.
It's at 1,250.
Yeah, nice. It's a 3, right?
Yep, 3.
So that's a nice one. That one's still going. Okay, now I got the
Orsi ended at 870.
Okay.
We're at 525 on the Bassett. The Erico still plugging along. It's nice to see some South American running, kind of more obscure players, and the Zamora still plugging along.
Still chugging. And the Bassett is still open.
Yep, still open.
And what was the back? It was like a 08, right?
For which one?
I was just on the Koenig.
Wasn't it
it
solo?
Oh, that was a solo. Yeah, okay, a solo for the Nasasi. Okay, yeah.
Or Turbaco. It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the 08.
Yep, 08. Yep. Yeah, it's a pretty clean back too.
Yeah, you don't often see those.
Fun.
Yeah, everything's just fun. So we're down like to the last couple minutes here. Then we'll be able to
scroll through it.
Yeah, refresh on kind of what's kind of out there. And
we're at 1 minute and 20 seconds to go, and then we're at the 1 minute countdown.
The 1 minute countdown. That gets crazy when you have multiple cards going on.
Yeah.
Which actually right now I do.
And so let's pick out which ones Al is bidding.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, so you probably will not hear a lot from me in the next 60
All
seconds.
Right, I'll try to jibber jabber.
You try to fill.
So we're under 48.
Under 48 that are still going.
Yep.
All right. Well.
Yeah, so we're at 37 still going, or 38 still going, and which is a lot for vintage soccer at this point. Usually we have when we hit the 11 o'clock, it's usually we might have 10 still going. So for us to have 38 still going is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, that is a tremendous amount. Is the USA team one of them?
It is going to the next one. So it looks like the Alifa is going to end. Yep. So the Alifa went for just under 26. That Pele ended at 3. It looks like most of them are still going. The Leonidas ended at 750. This Halverson went for 350.
Here's some flurries of clicking on my side.
Yeah, we'll just keep scrolling and see if anything changes. Which it will if I'm hearing clicking. So
you're hearing some clicking.
So the highest one left now is the USA.
Yeah.
So we're at 32 left still going, which is
32. That's crazy in the second 1 minute window.
Okay, so the USA just ended at 4,500.
Okay. Is that with the buyer's premium or no?
That's with BP, yes.
Okay.
Let's see here. The Danny Alves went for 1,700. The Mula, the 7, went for 1,200.
Very low.
Maldini, BGS 9 went for 780. Let's see here. So it looks like a bunch of them ended. So we have not too many left now.
Not too many left, folks.
We're at 3,900 for the Copa. Oh, just updated again.
What? Oh, the Copa. Just keep going. I love it.
The Kubala went for 3,300.
Okay.
Was that you?
No, that feels right.
Yeah, it was down at like 1,600 for a while. I was
Yeah,
surprised. I was
like
actually gonna bid, and
when
then
we started to watch the thing, I was like, okay, that feels like
the
it's
circus
a
girl
little
went for
late. Where did the
660.
circus girl go?
660.
Okay.
Then Sassy went for 552. So we're down to
The short strokes.
yeah, we're under 15 now.
Wow, so we're gonna have actually stuff going to the third window.
This is awesome. And all the top ones still, like everything's getting bid on. Like nothing is. I think just this Aruk is the only thing that ended this last minute. Yep, went for 420.
That's crazy.
Happy, and it is 420 today.
Oh yeah, that's ironic. And look at that, Schaefer went for 750. We're gonna have a lot to unpack here.
The Schaefer's still going.
Yeah, I know. That's so it's still going, but it's seven something, right?
Yep. Let's reload this. Copa's at 4,300.
Nice.
The Zico's at 3,900. The Nasazi's at 3,600.
Okay.
Sastre, 1,600. Ferreira, 14. The Pele team card, Alifa, 6.5 for 1,200.
Wow.
Ochoa, 1,000.
Which Ochoa?
The Dolar. Schaefer's at 800. Looks like the Ochoa Olympico Dolar just ended at 840.
That's the altered one, right? Yeah.
Correct. So, and it looks like that was the only one that ended this time.
Shit. That's crazy.
I like you, man, but you're crazy. Pelkey, the Zico's an interesting sale. You could have told me 500 or 4K, and I wouldn't have been surprised. Yeah, we're at 4K still going, man.
Yeah. That's basically 5K.
Yep. And they've all been extended already. Everything's been extended. The Ochoa still needs a bid. The Schaefer, and then this Verlag out of nowhere, still at $38.
$38. That's awesome.
That is
love
awesome.
it, man. I love it. I love it. Well, it's been a crazy night.
This has been fun, and we still have 27 people in here, which is awesome.
And I hope that people really, enjoyed the, and more than anything, got something that they, wanted for their collection, because there were so many nooks and crannies of things in here that really kind of cater to all collections. So hopefully people really enjoyed this and got something that they can enjoy in their collection. Now it's just a handful left, right?
Yeah, we're at like 10 items now.
Yeah. The Copa. I think the Copa, now at this point, just get it to $5,000,
Yeah, like $6,000 for the Copa.
Yeah.
After BP.
It has a number grade, right?
Yeah. So it looks like the Zico just ended just short of 5,000. The Alifa team card, 1,500. The Ochoa Dolar, the regular one, 1,200.
Yeah.
Everything else is still going. We're still at 7.
I can't believe that the Ochoas were like, there were 2 Ochoas in the last 25. Who the hell knows Ochoa, right? Like that to
right.
me, that to me is so cool. I guess, maybe we got the tango crowd in here. He was a world-class tango.
Yeah, that's probably it.
That's probably it. The tango crowd came in and was like, we gotta have it. The dance crowd. My wife's bidding,
Well, I'm a member of the Tango Discord, and they were really they were really pumped up about the offerings tonight.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
All these top ones were extended again. Crazy. I don't remember the last time it's gone to 1107.
Yeah, I think that this has got to be a record for soccer. I think 1103.
4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1103, 04 maybe. Yeah. But now it's just a handful.
And there's 6 left, and there's 4 of them have already been bid to the next window. 5 of them. Just the Schaefer. So that Caravan has definitely run since we talked about it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, and it's like what, 1300. Yep. And then you've got the Nasasi now is at $5,000. The Team USA, where did that end?
I think 6,000. I don't remember actually. My brain is shut down.
Yeah. No,
you've experienced that from me before. It's just
not the first time.
That's right.
Won't be the last.
It's been a long day. I did take like an hour nap today, which was amazing.
Good for you, man.
Thank you.
Nice. That's nice stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're down to the last handful.
6 left, all over 1,000. 3 of them have been bid to the next. This is crazy. This is awesome.
So this, and I wonder if we did the whole auction, how many, like, because I think that generally the whole auction closes at like 11:05.
Yeah, totally. Generally. Oh, like I see what you're saying. Like all sports.
If we looked at like all sports, I bet that there's probably like 15 total, and these are 5 or 6 of them are soccer.
So I'm looking at it right now, and there is there's less than 24 open.
And we have 6 of them?
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's see. There's actually the Caravan just ended. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 items now that are still going.
So the Copa, is the Copa done or no?
No. It's been extended. We have 5 of the 8 items still going as soccer.
No way! That's awesome! I love it. That is great.
Oh, I'm sorry. We actually have more because some of them are just, one of the other ones is just modern soccer. So there's a Doncic and a hockey card, and then the rest are vintage soccer.
Look at that Copa. 6250. Love it. Oh, look at that. Schaefer closes it.
Schaefer, yep. So now we're down to 4 soccer left.
That is crazy.
And what are we at? We have 40 seconds.
A Copa. You've got the Nasasi. I mean, these are great names. I mean, Sastre, not as big of a name, but cool card. I love the Ferrara, same thing. And then the Schaefer just ended. So there's 4 left in soccer.
And 7 total.
At 11:10.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And we have 2 more still going. So is the Nasasi going to get another bid? I feel like that might have petered out. It's at 5,400 then?
Man, yeah, I don't think it gets another bid. I'm actually kind of Anthony had a question. Very low. The Hamel was like 600. I'm bummed that I missed it. I saw it on so that was 600. That's a huge decrease from what it was. And the Harry Dennis was like 250, like screaming bargains there. Just one of the things that just fell through, according to me. I don't know. We'll double check for you, Anthony, when we get there. But let's see. Let's let this ride out here on these last kind of things.
There's 4 cards still running total. Luka Doncic, and then these 3.
That is great. No problem, Anthony. Yeah, so that's fantastic. Look at, if they did this, how did they say? They said they were thinking about doing this once every
10 auctions, so 2.5 months.
12 auctions. So yeah, 4 times a year. This seems like a great idea. Some things are getting great prices. I'm sure when we go through it, we're gonna recognize that some stuff fell through the cracks. That's the nature of the beast. But all in all, I think this has been like super fun.
Yeah, Dallas saying, anyone else regretting not getting some items posted in this auction? Seems like there's a decent potential for spaz bidding. Yeah, I mean, it feels like that. This is kind of what reminds me of when we were doing those voice chats back in the day, where like we were all in one where Al bought a 57 Pele and everybody's like goading him on to like keep bidding, and he's spending like $100,000, and we're just telling him to spend his money. Like, it was just the greatest thing,
Oh God!
Every item has extended again.
I love Nils. Are you not entertained? With like Russell Crowe's voice.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Yeah. 82.50. Yeah,
that's a $10,000 card.
Yes, and I love it. It's a new member of the $10,000 soccer card. That is freaking awesome. Love that, and congrats.
Well, to be fair, 9,900, but like it's still.
Well, hey, we can round up somebody just for. Well, then you get caught. Right.
So it looks like. All of them have been extended. And it looks like the Doncic has not been extended as of this point. So we'll be down to 3 cards left, and it'll all be vintage soccer.
That is absolutely fantastic.
Yep. So Doncic is done. Oh, nope. Somebody bid it up.
Oh,
so, damn it. I was hoping.
And what is it? Is some special?
It's a Mosaic Gold out of 10 PSA 9 from 2019.
And how's that going? How much is that going for?
$12.75 at the moment.
Okay.
So a Ferreira is going for more. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, champ. Nil's buying us all drinks at SoCo. Yeah, he is.
We're not going to. We're going to Sizzlers, he says.
We going to Sizzler. We going to Sizzler. We going to Sizzler.
It's fun stuff. So yeah, I hope everybody.
That's the steakhouse that the Vintage Soccer Discord goes to.
Our standard steakhouse. Oh gosh.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's fun.
Yeah, it looks like these might have all ended, huh? Yep, everything ended.
Everything ended.
Except for the Doncic. So 9,900 for the Copa, 2,900 for the Sastre, 2,200 for the Ferreira.
Yeah. I mean, look at
fucking basketball had to outdo us, didn't it?
But look at this. I mean, these are all great vintage cards. So
totally.
Yeah. So hey, look at that. Was a hell of a night. Super exciting. I mean, how do we even kind of absorb this? Like it's gonna be fun to watch Alex review of which, by the way, if you guys don't follow him USMNT, does great reviews of the PWCC or Fanatics auctions, as well as other videos that are super helpful to new collectors. So shout out to USMNT, shout out to Nils and to Champ, everyone else as well. But I appreciate all the content people are putting out there for the soccer community. I mean, we need this to educate and bring people along for the good and of the long-term health of the hobby. So
for sure. And the more content out there, the better,
yeah.
And let's see. Adam says that he didn't win a thing tonight, but very happy for our segment. Great success. Yeah, I didn't win anything either. Al?
Yeah. Let me check. I don't even know what I won, but I'm sure I won something. All statuses won.
It looks like this Doncic is about to end, so I think that they'll be able to.
So actually, I won a Nils card. I won the Fontaine Olympiad chewing gum.
Oh, cool! Yeah,
I won that. I won a series of fun. Some of you guys. Thanks, David. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you won something tonight. as well. I want a series of AJT. Awesome. That was not me, by the way. I don't know who bid you up on that one, but it's a great card, and hopefully you got it because that record card is awesome. You know, I from the 68 from 66 to 68, there's a bunch of different Pele cards. Well, actually, all including Beckenbauer, and so there was I won a few of those kind of that have the same headshot of Pele, the FHER type stuff. So I won a few of those that were in either high grade or just kind of rare versions. I got the Chero dollar.
Oh, cool. I was wondering who was gonna share that one.
Yeah, so that I got. Oh, I love these $33 wins. I got the Jager Gartman. You know those long cards. No, it wasn't me, JT, but it's the best copy I've seen. I think my copy is a PSA 1.5. But
can I guess which one you got, Ed?
I'm gonna guess that he got the
West Ham Baines.
No, was there one in here?
There was one Baines. Yeah.
Okay. I was actually gonna guess that he got the what do you call it? Jan Moreno.
Oh, that could be it, actually.
I mean, it's an elite card, you know, and I just would guess that that's the one that he got.
Could this Doncic end, please?
Look at he got the Orth.
Hey, all right.
Where did the Orth close?
Yeah, we kind of lost that, didn't we? Because it was at 10:25, I think, when we started
on the bid. So yeah, it ended up. Well, we can figure out a way right now that we can go through.
I was trying to so if I go to 170 and then I go to soccer, I guess I don't know, what do I do?
Closed.
I don't think it'll do anything until this thing ends.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 1,200 is okay. So it didn't get another bid. The Orth didn't get another bid. 1,200. Rare short print card, so that's a really cool card, and a really nice green.
Yeah, if I don't know, if we're not able to sort it and do that,
yeah, we may not be able to look at it until this thing ends.
Yeah, it might be in our next State of the Market. Well, this just ended, so let's see if it'll let me do it. If not, we'll just have to wait till State of the Market. Oh, damn it.
What happened?
No, that was just me. I clicked the link without... let's see here.
So 170.
Okay, so let me see if I can...
Sold. Or close. Let's see.
It's still an extended, so.
But you can do close. You can do.
Oh, okay. Closed is there now. Okay.
Closed, and then you can use the vintage soccer.
Gotcha.
Thing right there. Yep. Perfect.
So then we're gonna go to 48, and we're gonna go to earliest year, or no, I'm sorry, highest price. Okay.
All right.
So we have the altered for 26. We have the 3.5 for 20.
That seems crazy. Right? Like, I think on the margin, I appeal up a little, but that seems crazy, right?
Yes. Because you're getting a 3.5 for $6,000 less
than an authentic.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that kind of...
Let's see if it gets paid.
Yeah. Yeah, we got our 9,900 for the Copa, 9,900 for the Moreno.
I mean, if you would have said the Copa would be a top 5 item in the sale, I would not have said that. So yes, congrats to Nils. Great card, great, result though. Sure and I love seeing something new in the top here. I love seeing the Jan Moreno nearly hit 10 grand.
Yep. Like, I feel like in this row, and this is no offense to anybody, I would want the Cruyff
Yeah, I
at
think
those prices
at those prices, I think that the PSA 6 Cruyff has got to be maybe
top
top 10%.
30%.
Yeah, I mean, certainly in the top 10%, right? I mean, at the very least. And then the one goes for 7,200. Not a great one.
Which one would you buy if you had to pay on these prices, or on of these three?
That's a tough one. I think I would probably take the Garincha just because I don't have that high of a grade.
Yep, I think I would too.
The spot on the cheek, it does bother me ever since Champ pointed that out. But I think it's still just an elite card. It's a beautiful card. The colors are great.
Yeah.
And yep. Then the next ones. Okay, so 5,100, very rare 78 Maradona. The Zico non-gradable by PSA or the Team USA. I mean, those are all. I'd say the softest result for me, I'd say, is the Maradona. I think.
Yep, I agree.
So if I was looking like to put an investment dollar, I would like to do that probably. But as a collector, I can't fault whoever is going after the Zico or the Team USA.
Yep, I agree. I'm actually surprised that the Nasazi ended up passing the USA.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I would much prefer the Nasazi over the Team USA, but that's a personal.
Well, and you have like Andrade in the back too. It's not just, it's not just that. Yeah, it's cool. I think, gosh, on this row, I think it's all good. I think they're all good. As a gutsy move, I may take the Zidane and hope it crosses.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I just don't love the cut records. And then I already have other Kubalas. But I don't fault anyone of buying any of those cards, by the way. So you got the 8, Platini, the Pele, the Sastre.
I think I want the Platini here.
Yeah, I think it's a good enough grade. I mean, all of these again are unique for what you're going for. Like I can totally understand if you're a Pele collector, this is super rare, whether it's 659 or 61, super rare, got the cool stamp on it. If you're from an investment perspective, I think the cleanest one would be the Platini because he's such an important player. Sastre's niche, but it's also a rare card. So
yeah, I love that. Like, I mean, of course, I would prefer that to be in my collection, but I think just as like something that's going to have the high demand relative to the other, or at least relative to the Sastre, at least.
Yeah,
I think that the Platini is.
I think that's the right investment choice for sure.
Yeah.
And then you've got here.
Like, I would much rather the discs over the Pele.
Yeah.
Although that's a great looking Pele. Like, it's the centering's amazing. Like, getting anything over a 1.5 is pretty amazing in that card.
It feels like the gloss on that is fantastic. And
it looks great. But I mean, to compare those and have the same dollar as like a, less than 100 graded Maradona rookie disc,
Yeah, I would have before the auction. I would have put that those discs would have done at least 2x of the crack.
Yeah,
and here we are.
But I think the crack is what really did more than I expected. Versus
exactly, I think I think the discs were generally expected to go 18 to 2,500, maybe hit 3,000 if a couple liked them. And then I pictured that the crack was going to go from 600 to 1,200, and so seeing it go to 24. Now, it's a beautiful copy, and if I'm going to have one Pele from the 60s, gosh, this may be it, right?
It might be it, yeah.
It may be it. So and again, we're talking about the other one went for 3,000, the yellow one. So yeah. I mean, but it's just cool to see these cards out and see them moving, seeing people get excited about them.
Yeah.
There's the Zidane, the Alves one for 1,800. Yeah, I placed one more bid on that, and then I think that's a hell of a bargain.
It feels like it for a 5 yellow. Yeah.
Where did the Carlos? That seems low. But again, there's been a number of those. There's the Orth.
Yeah, there's the
great
Orth.
short print. The Schaefer again went higher than I expected. The Mueller went way lower than I expected, but again, we talked about that one.
We got the two Cholcos, Cruyffs, 1,200 and 1,080.
Yeah. So this actually, hang on. Did I win that Pele? This one again. I was missing a few of these 1966 to 68 of the Pele's. But no, I didn't win that one. But I won some other ones that I was missing. That's a low price on the Cruyff.
Yeah, getting under 1,000 now for a Cruyff Palarex is pretty solid.
Yeah. Even back in the day, like pre-boom, I'd say that would be pretty low. The Orsi ended up 870. We talked about this R9 before at the 8.5, and the that R9 was what, a BGS, and we were wondering what we had to crack it out to.
Yeah,
I think I determined that you had to get like a PSA 6 or something at that price. So
41 that went for $1,000 or more.
That's great. And then I wonder how many individual buyers there were.
Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting. I doubt we'll know, but like that is. So I'll just scroll through. Oh, maybe I won't.
Because I only won one card more than $1,000. So I didn't win any of the big stuff. Oh, did it just crap out on you?
Yeah.
Well, we covered a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, we got through 48 of them, so it's
yeah. We'll get through on state of the market, some other stuff. Love to hear everybody's thoughts in the Discord as well.
And thanks for joining us. We still got 28 people hanging out with us right now, so that's pretty awesome. And for it being 11:30 on the East Coast here, and or Eastern time zone at least, and appreciate you guys. If you're still here and you're new to us, maybe join the Discord and hang out with 1,100 other soccer collectors.
Fanatics.
And anyway, appreciate you guys being with us, and we're going to sign off now, and hopefully we see you on the Discord.
See you, everybody.